Okay, I got a huge mess. Okay, we are live. Hey folks, this is Daryl Shergan, Quest for Vape. I am live doing my weekly coil build workshop. I am at Vape Pro Selden, and I have here with me a guest. Hold on, this thing's supposed to rotate. Yeah, naturally. Hey, look, this is Mike Giannetto. Mike Giannetto also is Nuker 3D printing, and he does a lot of things. He's with me today. He's a fellow vapor in the community, cool guy, and he's actually going to be doing a rebuild on the Kanger stock coils.
OCC.
Oh fuck! Sorry. Now, what were you saying?
The OCC coils.
The OCC coils from Kanger. You know. All right, so let's try and get this in focus here. All right, there we go. I don't want to be greedy and hug. I should have had all this figured out before I got on air live. Oh my God, we're behind the counter, guys. Look at this. This is Vape Pro Selden in Selden, New York, and we're actually behind the counter here. Sorry, crotch shot. Anyway, nobody cares about that shit. So we're gonna do a build. I'm gonna squeeze into the corner. Actually, I think the best way to do this.
Do it like that.
Yeah, but let me talk for a minute or two. There's a couple of things I want to say. Yeah,
So, you do your thing, and then we'll just go tight and just see the build.
Okay. First things first. Let's see. Sponsoring a smoker project. This gal, a very nice young lady, has contacted me a while ago, and I've been working with her, coaching her on vaping, and she went from 3 packs a day down to a pack a day. So that's a victory. She's really beating herself up with guilt over not having quit completely. But after 30 plus years of smoking, I told her to take the victories where she can. She cut down from 3 packs a day to 1. That's a huge victory, right? Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, definitely.
And now she's very proud. She didn't want any help. She wants to learn it all on her own and do it all on her own. And she saved the money, and she went out and bought. Her first setup was a 20-watt E-Leaf iStick, which is a great setup. And she got a Nautilus Mini, and now she's a little disappointed knowing that there's other stuff out there. Now it was tiny, and she feels like the guy at the vape shop sold her that because it's tiny and petite and cute. And the way she feels is, hey, I smoke 3 packs a day. He should have known I needed more than that. So, but then again, if she would have been handed this big bad sucker right here, she might have got freaked out and not tried that as her first vape. So, as these things go, you know what? Let me get. I could get I think a different angle here. But then Quest for Vape is backwards. But
yeah.
Oh well. Not just inverts it. Okay, but back to this gal, and she doesn't want to be on YouTube, and she doesn't want her name mentioned. That's fine, and with all due respect, but she did say if it wasn't taking anything out of my vaping stuff, that she would, if I had something to send her, she would accept it. So I am sending her. I did a review on the Cooper Mini, and since I really don't use a 60-watt, I have so many things like this. I really don't need it. And I just want to show it to you guys because I'm giving it to her. All right. And this is a gal with a lot of pride. It took her 2 months to even get to where she felt comfortable accepting some help. And I told her, look, someday when you can afford it, you buy your own setup and you either give this back to me or you give it to another vapor or another smoker in need. And this is the Cooper Mini. It's a very cute 60-watt. Temperature control box mod, although she does not need this in temperature control, but it uses an 18650 battery, and
Nice.
it's nice.
Looks like it's made.
It's very nice. It's a very nice box. I'm gonna give that to her, and she's gonna be very happy with that. So, and I'm also gonna give her a crown tank, not the black crown tank, but I am giving her a crown tank and 0.5 coils, a whole bunch of them. So she's going to have that. and that's part of the sponsor a smoker program. Because listen, this gal she's of tight means, and I know she's sincere and genuine. She has made a go of it on her own and been challenged. She has her victories and she has her challenges. And I know that if I get her 50 watts vaping on a crown tank with a 0.5 ohm coil with maybe 6 nicotine in that tank, I know she's done with cigarettes for good. If ever she had a fighting chance, then that would do it for her. So I won't mention your name, but JC, you're a doll. No, you're not a pain in the ass. Just accept the gift that I'm sending to you and then do something good for another smoker down the road. Okay, enough said on that. That's one thing. The second thing, I am approaching 2,000 subscribers very rapidly. And as I approach 2,000 subscribers, I'm building a little anticipation for a giveaway that I'm about to do. And I want to show you guys what this giveaway is going to be. You know, whether it takes me a couple of days, a couple of weeks, at this pace, it should be a couple of weeks and I'll be hitting 2,000 subscribers. Oh, by the way, Tally Ho has a new flavor. It's called Wayfarer, and I will be doing a review and a giveaway on Tally Ho's Wayfarer. It's yummy. I love it. But enough said about that. So back to this 2,000 subscriber giveaway. It's no big deal. Look, I didn't start a YouTube channel because I'm a narcissist. I started a YouTube channel because vaping meant so much to me because it changed my life. And I never thought I would have the response and the kind of audience and the kind of feedback that I have right now, and it's amazing. So for my 2,000 subscriber giveaway, it's going to be a black crown tank, but not just the black crown tank. I want you to see something, if we can get a close-up here. The Quest for Vape logo. I did sweet talk. Hey, in a bit of envious jealousy, because some other reviewers had their logo laser etched, and I thought that was a magnificently fine thing for you all to do. I reached back out to them and said, hey, what am I, Swiss cheese over here? Could you guys do that for me? And they said, okay, Daryl, you may not be very big. In fact, you're minuscule. You're tiny. You don't have any audience. Nobody watches your shit. That's what, no. But I was an early on fanboy of the crown tank. So they did send me a couple. So I'm actually going to be giving away 2 of these, not to the same person. 2 people are going to win my 2,000 subscriber giveaway. They're each going to get one of these crown tanks. They're each going to get the RBA build deck. This is the RBA build deck for the crown. So you can, yeah, you can see that. Sure.
Yeah, this is definitely a good, and it's not that big.
Huh.
You know?
It's just big enough to put a nice, decent coil in there. I got the RBA right here, built with stainless steel that I built this morning.
Very cool.
So if you win my 2,000 subscriber giveaway, I'm gonna have a separate video for that. But you get the black crown tank with the Quest for Vape logo on it, laser etched. You get the RBA, and then you're gonna win. Bourcheway is just a subsidiary of SimIU, SMY. This is a demo. I happen to have 2 in the box. Listen, this is the 260 watt box mod. Yes, 260 watts. It takes 3 18650 batteries. This is exactly what it looks like. I use it in a lot of my videos. I've been using this bad boy since January. This is it. It goes up to from 5 to 260 watts.
It's got a screen on it too, or?
Yeah, of course it's got a screen.
I think it's large,
yes.
man.
Yes, it is large. It takes 3 18650 batteries. And if you're vaping at 60, 70 watts, these 3 batteries will last you like for days. So you may not decide you like this. Go ahead and trade it. No, you can't ask me for something else. So this is a nice vaping setup. This is not for the faint of heart. This is for the serious vapor. And no, there's no problem with the SimIU 260 watt mod. You just have to understand it and build right. And I have a video where I get a little ranty on that, but it's an awesome mod. And in fact, when I first started using the crown and testing it out and taking it around shops, I was vaping it on that. This box, this exact one right here. And I did that because 2 batteries would last me like less than a day, maybe an afternoon at 120 watts. But this thing, 120 watts all day long. So, and if you're at 70 watts, it'll go for days. Anyway, that's going to be my giveaway. Now let's get to something more interesting. And look, it's no big deal, 2,000 subscribers. It's just an organic process of growth. I'm putting content out. I'm trying to be educational. I'm trying to be funny and entertain you guys, but also talk about safety and cool things in vaping. And as I do, some companies have been very generous. These I bought, actually, these Borshways. I had bought a bunch of these, like some friends of mine and I, we did a group buy from China back a long time ago. And then like I got stuck left holding a bunch of them. Those are the last two I have left, but it's okay. I figured I'd do something useful with them. So that's not for today's giveaway. Don't ask how you get in on that. Today's giveaway, I'm going to announce, I'm going to be giving some juice away today, but you have to watch the whole thing. You don't know where along the way I'm going to stop and offer juice. And I'm going to do it in a very subtle, low-key way. But when I do, then you have an opportunity. As I always give away free shit on my channel. And I don't always announce it either. Just, if you like my stuff, keep watching. Okay, so enough talking. Fucking Daryl over here is going to talk forever. Let's get some building going on over here. All right, there's what? Gianetto.
Just Nukerbot. That's all you need.
Nukerbot. Yep. Nukerbot's going to build. Is that a good angle? You want side angle, front angle? How do you want this?
I guess that should be good. Just want to get a area.
Okay, you guys familiar with that? You tell me what tools you need, and I'll dig in here and get them. Taking the spotlight
I have everything
off of me.
I'm gonna do the standing up. So
you know what? This way is better with less.
Is it?
Yeah, less ambient light from the window.
Gotcha.
Trust me.
Gotcha.
The contrast.
The light from the back. Gotcha. All right. So basically have OCC Kanger coil. This is how you usually see it. This I took all the guts out of it. So
hold it up to the camera there so that people can see. No, that's yeah.
Focus.
Can you do it like barrel on to the camera?
You should see people do this.
Yeah, that works sometimes.
So this is, it's basically empty.
Oh,
Nothing's in it. I took everything out of it. But what you would do is you would just pull this bottom part out. It's like a rubber seal, and then there's a piece of metal, like a disc. Just grab that and just pull it apart. So you have both of these in your hand. You want to separate them, so you have 3 pieces.
Remember, the camera's right there.
Gotcha. I just want to make sure that I'm
Perfect.
in the shot right there. So there's 3 pieces. Right, 3 pieces there. And basically what you want to do is you want to get, I don't remember the size of these drill bits, but basically you want one that's small enough to fit through this hole. Okay, fit through this hole. And then one that doesn't fit, because you want to basically wind the coil so it's thicker than this one, so you can basically what this is going to do, it's going to stabilize the coil inside there so it doesn't move around. And this is the one that you actually build on and put the wire on. So,
great.
And I'm using.
What size drill be you using? About 3 millimeter and 2.5 maybe.
I wouldn't even say that's. I guess that is 3 millimeter, maybe 2.5. Yeah. That's probably about right. Good one.
Okay.
All right. Now I have 28 gauge wire. This is what I use, and I usually put around maybe like 5 or 6 wraps around it. So you got your snips over there, right? Yeah. One thing a lot of people don't know is when they start using wire, and no one tells them this, I think they do that on purpose, is you got to kind of hook it back once you're done taking the wire out, or else the thing will just like spring all over the place, and you have a giant spaghetti thing of wire. So if this is your first time trying to do something like this and you have the wire, that's just good to let you know.
That usually happens to everybody once.
Yeah.
And then we all figure it out. Oh,
yeah. But nobody tells anybody. I think that's just the little secret.
Yep.
All right. So it doesn't really matter that it's like maybe a little kink. Yeah. Yeah. I've never seen anything bad happen to it.
Okay.
And then you're gonna just grab it, maybe leave like an inch or so.
The camera's up that way.
Yeah. I'm looking right there.
Oh, okay.
So basically, I'm gonna wrap it 5 or 6 times. I don't think it really matters. You're not really going for like a, okay. So now, usually keep it like this. Try to pull it a little. And then pull it off, it looks a little crazy. Focus. Looks a little crazy and bent, and you squish it. Once you squish it, it becomes pretty much usually a lot closer to it, but
So it doesn't have to be perfect.
no, it doesn't have to be perfect, but you do have to have some kind of symmetry in it. And I think I took it off prematurely. Do you have like needle pliers maybe?
Sure.
Perfect. So that I'll use to pull down both of the wires. So let's see, grab them like that and just give them a little bit of a yank so they straighten out.
What does that do when you pull that?
It basically takes the wire and makes it, pulls the actual coil tighter, so you don't have a,
Takes
you
the
don't have
slack
it all
out of
over the
it?
place. Yeah. So
That's something nice.
that looks a lot better. Okay. It's not, like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect because you're making these things by hand. They're not a machine. So, all right. What I usually do too is I just chop off the last little bit at the end. So I don't have like this giant thing hanging out all over the place. And what you should be left with is something that looks like a regular coil. Let's see. Looks like it's in there focusing, right?
Yeah. I can see it pretty good there.
Yeah, so
So
now
6 wraps, 26 gauge.
28 gauge.
28 gauge.
Yeah. And yeah, and what you want to do too is, I don't know if you could see this, but I bent the other leg because when you're building a coil, one
You go up real close.
Really?
Yeah, go up real close. There you go. So you kind of angled, so
Yeah.
you put a little curve in there.
Yeah, so both of those wires are parallel to each other going down. Right? I think we can get a good look at it right there. You can see it's straight through. All right, so now what you're going to do is from the top, you're going to drop this thing in. Okay. Let's see if I could. See how it's going in there?
Yep.
Okay. And then meanwhile it's doing that, you got to look through this little window on the side. This little window, which I'm going to do off camera because I'm not that good.
You put that one right through.
And you put this the smaller drill bit through. You're getting old when you do that, right?
Oh, yeah.
I find myself doing it all the time. I'm like, hey, wait, that's what my grandfather used to do. Okay. So now I have the coil is through there. I don't know if you could see it inside there, but it's basically around the drill bit, through the hole, and nothing's coming out. Oh yeah, there you go. Great. So you could see it now. I didn't know it focused that close.
Pretty good focus.
Oh, that's great.
There you go. So the coil's inside there. The drill bit is passed through.
Yeah, and it doesn't really matter if it's like shifted side to side because it'll even out once you put the cotton in.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, what you do is you grab one of these legs and you push it to the side because basically the outside of this coil, outside of this, what would it be called?
The housing.
The housing is the positive. Yes. Okay, and what you do is you get one of those little things that you pulled off, these little rubber grommet things, and you slip it over the one that's sticking up and next to the one that's basically, let me get them again. You can see this. Oh, there you go.
So one's on the outside, one's on the inside.
There you go.
The one on the outside is being pushed up against the housing, and that's the positive leg. And then the one up the center is being insulated.
Yeah, so now you see that they're, wait for it to focus. Closer?
Sometimes you just,
there you go.
you just gotta move it around. There you go, perfect.
So there you go, then they're together like that. Now what you do is you get this thing, which is a little, let's see if I can put it on my finger.
Yeah, that
It's
little
so small.
piece.
This little piece
Yep.
needs to go into the back here. So you just take it and push it right on there like that.
Oh, cool.
Okay, so you get that just how it is. Now you're done with the, I guess the coil building part.
Right.
So we have the coils up in there. It's shifted to the side, but we can mush it around. We can get needle nose tweezers and do what you have to do.
Dental pick.
Wow, he's got everything here. He definitely came
I
up
build
with.
once in a while, you know.
Yeah, every once in a while.
Yeah.
Okay,
I like
let's
this when
see.
somebody else is doing the work and I can sit here and vape.
Yeah.
Look, you could see me in the mirror. I'm spying on the camera.
Spying on the camera. All right, so now with these very fancy, I guess, ceramic tweezers Darryl gave me, I'm able to move the coil to more of the center. If we can see it again. Oh, there we go. So you can see it's in there. It's pretty much in the center.
Nice.
All right.
So all that doesn't matter until you get the cotton in there anyway, right?
Yeah, and with the cotton, you can actually like pull the cotton because there's some resistance, obviously, because you're trying to fit something into a small space. So it's going to be some resistance, so you're able to pull it around. Yes. I knew that was definitely a setup.
I'll try and stay on camera.
I just want to show like where these wires are coming out, because right now what I'm going to do is you're going to take a pair of snips. You know, I see a lot of people using toenail clippers and stuff. I think that's like, I guess it works, you know.
For lack
but
of anything better, it's better than wire, like the typical angled wire shears that don't give you a flush cut.
Yeah.
You get flush cut of them.
Yeah. So these are just going to come off here. You don't want those basically sticking out, because when you go to screw this into your actual atomizer deck, it's not going to work. So if you could see now, it's nice and clean. There's nothing on there. Everything's good. All right. So do you have any cotton you would like, or I have cotton?
Oh, I have tons of different kinds. You want cotton bacon? You want Japanese cotton, samurai cotton? What do you like?
What do you think works the best? Let's try something out. Let's go crazy.
Probably the simplest would be Japanese cotton.
All right. Something that we could like roll and make like kind of like a point with.
Plug for samurai. Hold that in front of the
Sure.
camera if you don't mind. No, I'm not sponsored by them. Samurai, sponsor me. Sponsorship means jack shit. All that means is they send you some free cotton. That's okay. I know how to buy cotton.
Yeah, but
But it is good.
Free stuff's always good. And
What else?
scissors. I see it right there. I have these like really small scissors that I have. So you basically want to cut. You want to say something?
No, go ahead.
Basically, you want to cut maybe like, you know, I don't know, because I've been doing 3D printing. I'm very prone to millimeters, and I kind of like don't mess with inches. But we're gonna say 1/4 of an inch.
Well, how many millimeters would you think that would be?
1/4 of an inch, probably like 3 millimeters.
I would say a little wider than the diameter of whatever coil you do.
Yeah, you want to make it bigger because you want to stuff the big thing into a small space. So basically, I haven't used this cotton before, but I will figure it out. Basically, you just want to make a point. You know, you want to make like something that you could thread, kind of like threading a needle. And that's what you want to do. And,
See, a lot of people watching this, like the Kanger sub box is their first vape. So being able to rebuild the stock coils may be interesting to some.
Yeah, you save money.
Very new vape.
You don't have to buy all. This could be like your first build, you know, to get to the build decks and stuff. You know, like, you know, RDAs and all that lovely stuff. Which, you know, people look at them when they first see them, they're like, "What the heck are you doing?" You know?
No, I was excited when I watched a video how to rebuild my Kanger EVOD coils, because I was going through a coil every 3 days. So when I saw how to rebuild those, I got excited.
Yeah.
And
well, a lot of this is people, you know, obviously they want to save their health, but they want to save money too. You know, they don't want to. And there's like that meme that says, "I'll save money." They said I'd save money. and it's like their whole dress is full of like e-liquided mods.
I have saved money.
Oh, you definitely do.
Not immediately, but over time.
Yeah.
If I still smoked, I did a calculator because I'm coming up on a year of vaping.
Good for you.
I spend $450 a month.
Wow.
So that's coming up on over $5,000 for the year.
Yeah.
It's over $4,000. I haven't spent $4,000 on vape stuff, and I get a lot of stuff.
Yeah. But you easily could. There are people who do. This is very dense cotton, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to like pull it apart a little. And just, you're just going to grab it and like pull it apart.
That's a little narrower.
No, I got it right here. This is good.
You sure?
Yep.
Okay.
So now what we're going to do is we're going to take this little...
thread the eye of the needle.
Yeah.
Nice. And now that those legs are in place down on the bottom, then the coil kind of stays in place, right?
Yeah, you can see what I started right here. Okay.
Go closer.
Oh, there we go. You can see what I started. Now you see the coil in there. It's hanging out. It's a little bunched up here and there, but once you get most of the cotton through here, you can move it back and forth and make it look pretty. So what you do is you pull it.
Would it help if I held that coil up and then you just like did what you needed to do? Would that help?
Well, it's kind of small, so it's like
okay. So
there's no like. See, so now you can see how it kind of looks pretty good in there. Right, the coil is there. It's nice and spaced.
Yeah.
Right, you're looking good. If you bought one, this is kind of what it would look like, except you wouldn't have the samurai cotton. Okay. So now what you're going to do is basically move it around till it looks good, which pretty much looks good. And if you don't have, if you don't have the proper spacing, you could always go in there with the tweezers and just move this around.
A safety pin, a little tiny precision.
Yeah, anything that's small and fits in there. And you can also grab the bottom too. Like if your coil is like on an angle, you could also grab the bottom and rotate it a little. Just grab it, give it like a pinch, and then you'll be able to move the coil because basically it's in there with friction. All right, so now what I usually do is I snip roughly, I guess, 1/16 of an inch off the ends.
So you leave it sticking out a little bit.
Just a little. See, like that.
Okay, so you're not cutting
I don't know
it
if we
flush
could
against
see
that
this.
housing.
See, it's like this little fuzzball on the side. Like I said, roughly. You don't have to like take out your ruler and go all crazy. So it looks like it has ears now, fuzzy ears. And what I do is I grab the drill bit, right? Drill bit,
Yep.
the smaller one, and I go in there and I just push it in.
I see.
Yeah, so basically what you're doing is you're going to stuff the ends of these, if you could see this. Stuff it in.
You do, huh?
Boom. Yeah. Now, there's different things. Like if you like to vape higher VG, like you can make this like, you could put longer wick on the outside if you wanted to.
So you would leave it sticking through there and have it longer, so
Yeah.
it pulls more of the VG.
Correct.
Okay.
This is more
Thicker
like,
consistency juices.
yeah,
You want to leave the wick longer, sticking through.
exactly.
Gotcha.
So now if you see what we have here is it's a nice little tucked up package. It kind of looks like if I told you I bought this, well, this little fuzz over here, maybe not.
What PG-VG ratio would this be good for?
Um,
When you tuck them in, when you push them in, like that length of wick.
probably like 70-30.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay. That's
yeah,
still
it'll work
pretty
good.
thick.
I find 50-50, it may pull it through too much that it might leak out the bottom of your atomizer. Because that's what happens with a lot of, people don't realize that there's different viscosities of liquid. And when you have, you're just getting started, you don't know really what thickness you're going to use.
Look at that. Just as good, and you use regular old Canthal, just as good as if you, well, not quite as good as the stock coil.
No, not as quite as good, but it's, it depends what cotton you use and what
Vapable.
stuff you use, but save you money. A lot of us are cheap.
There you go. Now, do you have a I don't have a sub tank.
I do, but it's actually, I have it filled with liquid. We could spin it off or I think they have one.
Do you guys have an empty sub tank that we could borrow the base of for a minute?
Sub tank.
Doesn't matter which one.
Yeah, it doesn't
Mini,
matter.
nano, if.
As long as the
Just need an
OCC
empty dry
coils.
base.
Yeah.
Perfect, thank you. What wattage do you usually like to vape that at?
Oh, anywhere from like maybe like 9 to 12.
9 to 12 watts?
Yeah.
Okay, so the rebuild is not going to vape as high a wattage as the regular stock coil?
Well, it depends. If they have like, you could put a thicker wire in here and have,
Like lower resistance?
yeah, have low resistance, and you could do it like that. But this is something that I found that it's pretty much like it's good for people starting out because they're not going to be doing solo. I mean, they may not have, you might have a different like thing, like an iStick 30 watt.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
nano's
cool.
fine. You know, I find that to be the case also, like on the Crown RBA, I vape that at like 35 watts.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need it any higher than that. But on the regular Crown stock coils, I go 70 watts. And I found that to be the case with everything on a rebuild. It's less wattage than on, you know, a stock coil.
Exactly. So here we have the base. Thanks to the guys at Vape Pro Selden, they helped us out here because we have stuff we're using. I'm just going to screw it into my sub tank. Sorry, my iStick 50. And here's the coil.
I'm just going to move this because like the camera doesn't need to be sitting there focusing on my fucking junk. Sorry.
Okay, and I'm just going to screw it into here. And we're at 1.5.
Do we want to get that juiced?
Yeah, sure. Well, we need the top part of it.
No, we don't.
No?
Just
Oh,
to,
put
just
some
to
juice in it.
sizzle the
Gotcha.
coils?
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'll grab something very neutral.
Like a custard. Something that won't,
Well, I love custard, so.
do you? Okay, good. I thought I had a custard around. Maybe I fucking don't. I lied. Oh, yep.
Nice.
This is, oh, shout out for Dawn, Adore E-Liquid Custard Leche.
Really?
Ooh, really.
3 milligrams.
What do you usually vape?
I vape 0.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, this is just for,
I always find that the, you know,
pull it back so that
sorry.
these people want to be able to see what you're doing. Thank you.
Good, right?
Yeah.
All right. So now I'm just going to drop a few drops in
I
there.
still can't see you.
Oops. I'm in the way.
Not
Okay.
easy doing this YouTube thing.
Yeah, man. That's why people get,
We go left-handed. Should have had it set up here, but
is that good? We could say, right?
yeah. I'll focus on the camera and you get some drops in
All
there.
right. So we're going to put some drops in there.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, just like 2 or 3 drops, 4 drops, something like that.
Yeah, just to you, you know,
Man.
a lot. Yeah, sure. A lot of people, you know, they like to put a few drops in there and they let it sit for like 5 minutes. Some people don't have patience, so they'll just start vaping. Do it on the sides.
The way you know, yeah.
Or just do it in the center until it you see it in the sides.
Yeah.
You know, if it's kind of has a little bit of a color to it.
And this is at 11 watts. Now, I'm not vaping it this way.
No.
I'm just gonna
It's
check.
fine. There. And there's a lot of people who need products and they're not out there. So, you know, people doing 3D printing are bringing products to the people that, you know, that want stuff and they don't need to go through a production.
So you're a guy with your own business. You have a 3D printer. Somebody custom orders something, anything,
Yep.
based on dimensions that they give you of anything.
Yep.
They have to have like some kind of plans or specs, or
Well,
can you design that stuff?
yes, I do design it, but if I'm going to make something custom, I would like more if I had the thing that I was making it for, or if someone knew how to do CAD, that they would just give me the plans and I could print them out. I do that too.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah.
Good to know. There you go. Once again, it is
Mike,
Nuker box,
Nuker
3D
bot.
print, Nuker bot,
Like robot.
like robot. I'm going to annotate down below. Nuker bot, 3D printing. Hey, thanks for being on the show with me.
No
Thanks
problem.
for doing that build.
Yep, down.
So what did we talk about? We talked about rebuilding the Kanger stock coils with 28 gauge Canthol and getting a nice vape off of those, being able to salvage some of those coils that you've already
Save
used
money.
easily without a whole lot of effort. It wasn't that difficult. Anybody can do it.
Big for that.
We did this is hitting nicely at about 42 watts. I'm going to bump it up. 51 watts. That dry hit was at like 75 watts.
I smelt that, man.
So it was telling me no, because I had a tank on there before. The Crown. What we also talked about was a nice giveaway for coming up on YouTube here. If you're a subscriber, when I hit 2,000, I'm just going to pick a random one of the 2,000 people, and you win. So share. Find a nice video that you like in here and share it, please. And the sooner we get to that 2,000, the sooner I'll be giving away 2 Crown tanks, 2 SMY 260 watt box mods.
That's really nice. Comes with its own case too.
Yep. Oh, so juice giveaway for today. I'm giving away. You know what I'm gonna do? There's this new flavor called Wayfarer. Let me show you. From Tally Ho. Tally Ho is the maker of Dolomite and Liturgy, and now they have a new flavor called Wayfarer. And I'm going to give away a 35 ml bottle just like this. Not this one. I'm vaping this one, but I'm going to give away a 35 ml bottle of that. Let me read you the flavor profile. Here I have it. I'm going to give away some on the True Vapors show on Thursday at 9 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Eastern on ST Vape's channel. And we get Mark Fagan on there, and we get Heavy Metal Vapor on there, and DJ LSB Vapes from Portugal gets on there. But that's what I'll be doing. This flavor profile is Wayfarer, a meticulously crafted donut baked with aromatic spices, lightly coated with confectioner's sugar, and filled with a mild berry jam.
Sounds good.
It's a jelly donut, but you do get fried dough of the donut. You do get mild like berry jam, like berry preserves. And yeah, it's interesting. There's even a little savory in it. I love it. I've been vaping it since last week, and I'm giving away one of these 35 ml bottles here on the show. In addition to that, and this is what you have to do to win, is you have to be subscribed. You have to comment below what you liked most about this video. Okay. And I'm also giving away. This is Vape Troopers. Let me show you these guys. These are the originator of Cambodian breast milk. Yes, this is Cambodian breast milk. The top one is Cambodian breast milk. That's a juice flavor.
I hope so.
There's also Loopers. I don't want to open this up. It's a Fruit Loops flavor. It's really good. And then Icy Pop. Icy Pop I have not had, but I'm assuming I think it's a menthol bubble gum or like a menthol Charms blow pop. So there's 15 mils of each of those. That Cambodian breast milk though, it's like a corn custard.
Really?
Unbelievable. Like it's a dessert that's very popular.
I love dessert stuff. I'm not really a fan of menthol or like mint, so.
Like in Asia, there's like this corn-based pudding that they make and it's out of this world. It's creamy. It tastes like corn.
Great.
And I'm also giving away Mod Fuel Apollo. That's a custard, and that's a 30 ml size. These are all 3 milligram strength. And then I've got Do You Even Vape, the peanut butter jelly time. This is peanut butter and strawberry jelly.
Nice.
That's Do You
Some
Even
people don't
Vape.
like grape, so.
So this one's delicious. It's yummy. I go through, like every time I crack one of these open, I go through a 30 mil in a day. That's it. There's nothing left by the end of the night. So that's 30, 60, another 45. It's 105 milliliters, 110, 140 mils of juice right there. Nice giveaway. Okay. That's going to be the prize for today's show. You have to be subscribed. And that's it. Thank you very much for watching Quest for Vape. I don't have really a tagline. All right. Have a great day, guys.